It's been all jubilation in Chibok and across Nigeria since the release of one of the more than 200 girls who were kidnapped from the town 7 years ago. While Nigerians are excited about this development, many wonder about the rising state of insecurity in the country and what becomes of those who will remain in the terrorist den, having been taken away from the different parts of the northern states. Chief Press Secretary to the Kogi State Governor, ONOGWU MUHAMMED, joins us now to share his perspective on insecurity, government effort and recommendations for a possible way out of this conundrum. It's good to have you join us on the program. Right, so let's start, with by getting your comment on the state of insecurity in Nigeria, particularly with this recent release of one of the Chibok girls.
I think the release of one of the Chibok girls recently is a welcome development, and it shows that the government is mounting pressure to crush insurgents around the northeast and other parts of Nigeria. And by the efforts the government is put in place, mostly recently, of recent time, if we are going to sustain that effort against, insecurity, against the bandits, against the Boko Haram, and against all other elements that are trying to cause disturbance in the country, I can assure you that in the very near future, insecurity will be a thing of the past in this country. I think the government is on top of its game, and the government is doing a lot to ensure that every single citizen of this country, every person who is doing a legitimate business in Nigeria will go about their businesses without any fear of insecurity in the days ahead.
All right, ONOGWU, I would like you to reflect specifically on Kogi State now. How would you describe the state of security within your region? We can also reflect on the issue of the cattle or herdsmen menace ravaging parts of Nigeria in that region as well.
I think the issue of security in Kogi State has been well adjudged by so many Nigerians across the country. They have seen that the governor of Kogi State is, doing very well, excellently well in the fight against insecurity. We are doing that, and we are achieving greater results day by day. It has been stated by various data analysts that Kogi is one of the safest states in Nigeria today, and that is due to the dint of commitment the current government, under the leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Ayabelo, has put into his administration in fighting insecurity. And one of the reasons why we are achieving this success is because the government has internalized the issue of insecurity in Kogi State. We have brought everybody on board that we must collectively come together to fight insecurity in this part of Nigeria. And one of the things we need to understand is that apart from taking arms by the security agencies to confront the Boko Haram and what have you, and other bandit elements in the country, we need to adopt what I call armless strategies to fight insecurity. In Kogi State, the government has been able to succeed in that. And what do I mean by that? When the people believe in the government, when the people have confidence in the leadership of the government, they will be able to avail the government and security agencies vital information that can lead to the arrest of criminal elements in the society. If the people don't trust the government, if they don't trust the security agency, they will not provide the information. They will find the people who are able to tormenting them to be more, appeased. They will gravitate towards them instead of running to government agency or security agency and government to avail information. The governor of Kogi State has been able to put everybody together. What he did first time, like this, the picture you are seeing, the houses belongs to some kidnappers who have built this structure from the activities of kidnapping, from activities of armed robbery. So when they were identified, about 2017, the governor and the security agency went into their various houses and brought their property down to serve as deterrent, that the money you can acquire or the property you acquire through these processes, through these illicit means, cannot sustain, will not allow you to enjoy it. And by so doing, many people are, dropping their arms on daily basis from kidnapping, from banditry and armed robbery. So we need to let the people know that, yes, the government must be at the forefront of the fight against insurgency. You cannot fight behind. The governor, for example, is the general in the fight against insecurity in Kogi State. And as you can see, he always lead the team to any particular area where the life and property of the people is being threatened. You understand? So by showing that commitment, the people of Kogi State are willing to offer useful information that can lead to the arrest of criminals in their localities. And one aspect the governor has adopted that is really working very well for us is the issue of organizing what we call security briefing. Every week, once in every week, the governor sits down with security agencies, head of security agencies in the state, traditional rulers in the state, that is the first-class traditional rulers across the 21 local governments. They always meet to share the idea of how far they have gone within the week, the issue of security. Where do we need to cover up? What have we achieved in this area? So all these things need to come to table every week. Then at the end of the meeting, the first-class traditional rulers go back to their locality and also hold a meeting with the other chiefs in their localities and down to Gago and Madaki and head of every family in Kogi State. Once you have this kind of chain of reactions, chain of information dissemination, then a stranger cannot come to a particular community and wreak havoc and go scot-free. In Kogi State, the governor, all the security information is at the tip of the governor because he's always ahead of the criminal elements. You made mention of, farmer and herdsmen clashes in Kogi State. We have not experienced that for so long now. And the reason is that the governor has held a kind of stakeholders meeting that involved the Fulani men who are settled in Kogi State and the community leaders across the communities in Kogi State, that those who want to do legitimate business will be allowed to do their business. But those who are not willing to do business that is legitimate, or those who have the intention of causing havoc to any single citizen of Kogi State, who will not have peace in Kogi State. So by so doing, even the Fulanis are helping us in identifying some, bad eggs among them. And the state government have been able to, midwife between the Fulani herdsmen and the farmers to ensure peaceful coexistence between the two parties. In the government of His Excellency Alhaji Bello today, we have a Fulani man who is sitting at the cabinet meeting, you understand, and he gave briefings of what happened.
All right, ONOGWU, if I may come in here, ONOGWU, please, if I may come in, ONOGWU, can you hear me? Please, if I may come in right now, still as a follow-up to what you're just saying, you talked about vital information provision and, of course, collectivity in fighting insecurity. But let's talk about empowerment for vigilantes as a supporting role for conventional police in your region. How would you describe their place in Kogi and the country in general? You haven't mentioned anything about that.
Yes, when you come to, providing support for the conventional security outfits in the states, I think under the leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Bello, Kogi State stands tall. In 2017, 6,555 vigilante members were recruited and trained to a kind of act between the communities and the conventional security agency in the state. And that number has also increased to 9,000 in 2018. And by so doing, the governor is also providing logistic support. All these vigilante motorcycles were provided for them so that they can move from one community to another in doing their jobs. And again, the conventional security outfits in Kogi State, agencies in Kogi State, are also receiving support from the governor in terms of logistic provision. Operational vehicles and patrol van were also supplied to various security agencies in Kogi State. What we are doing differently in the state is the fact that we interact with these people time after time. We have weekly briefing to see where have you recorded success in this week, what do we need to do. So they are very, very well integrated into the security architecture of Kogi State government under the leadership of His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Bello. Then in the issue of providing security, just like I have said earlier, why security is failing in some society is the fact that the people don't trust the security agencies, and the people don't even trust the government. And let me explain further. For example, if a particular criminal is being identified in the community, and the security agencies, made arrest of, such criminal, and again, it is lawful that when a criminal is being arrested and paraded, then he should be tried in court and face the consequence. But when a criminal is being identified, arrested, and next week he returns to that community where he committed the offense, the people in that community will be scared. They will not provide information to security agencies because they believe if they provide the information, once these criminals get back to the society, they will begin to find out how did they got to know, and they will be at the mercy of this criminal element. So in Kogi State, once we got the information is provided, we protect, the source of the information, and we go out after the criminal to ensure that they face the full wrath of the law. That is what is happening. The houses you are seeing be demolished, it took place in the Kogi Central, in Kogi West, and Kogi East, where these criminals were identified and the proceeds were destroyed. They were arrested and they were tried by, they were all prosecuted by the security agencies. So we need to do it openly so that the people will be willing that, yes, government got our back, that we can provide the necessary information that can help in addressing the menace of insecurity. And the importance of this is that if the society is not secured, then there will be no economic development. In Kogi State today, we have people moving their businesses into the state. We have people who are acquiring land. There are, land demand, papers on the desk of government every now and then because people are coming to seek, to invest their money in the state that they consider being saved. So in that case, the state government is doing very well to provide an enabling environment. We are in an era where government cannot provide job for every citizen. So what the best the government can do is to ensure that the citizens have a place to live peacefully and carry out their own business without depending on the government. So we are doing that exactly, and we are receiving remarkable results through that process. If you go to Kogi State today, you see businesses springing up, cottage industry coming out. If you travel to Ajokuta, for example, you see that various industry, the best ceramic, type in West Africa, local government area.
Yes.
Many other
yes.
are coming up.
It's a perfect way for us to sort of end our conversation there. We've been hearing from Chief Press Secretary to Kogi State Governor ONOGWU MUHAMMED there on insecurity in Nigeria.